What's up, guys? It's your boy Dragon YGO, and today I have a very spicy Gren Maju deck for you guys. You can call it Rogue, you can call it Tier 2, you can call it whatever you want, but I just know that this deck steals games. It's a blind going second deck, so let's get right into the deck profile. So first and foremost, you have triple Gren Maju, the star himself of the deck. Pretty self-explanatory. Gains 400 attack for each card that's banished. Next, we have 2 Hexatrude. Pretty solid level 8 monster. Easy to special summon off of the Golden Castle of Stromberg, and she allows you to pop a card on the field. Double Necroface. All you really need is 2. When it gets banished, it sends the top 5 cards of each player's deck to the banish zone, so that inherently, makes Gren Maju even stronger. Next up, we have triple Dimension Shifter. Oh, this hand trap is so good. Not a lot of decks can play it, but essentially it's Macrocosmos, and it can mess up your opponent's turn. It shuts down your opponent's whole turn. Then you have Eater of Millions. Easy to special summon, non-destructive monster removal. Next, we have a few dangers. We have triple Bigfoot, triple Thunderbird, and 1 Tsuchinoko. So as you can see, both level 8s because in the extra deck we have a lot of rank 8 Xyz monsters and we want to abuse them and eventually go into our Zeus, which is one of the win conditions of the deck. Now, I know I said Gren Maju was the star of the deck, but Gizmek Orochi by far is best supporting actor. It's so easy to summon, so versatile. It's also level 8 for all of our Xyz plays. It's just so good when beefing up Gren Maju's attack also whenever it gets summoned. So we run a bunch of Kaijus. We have triple Gamma Seal, triple Godarla, 2 of the Sticky String, and 1 Dogoran. So Gamma Seal, Godarla, and Dogoran are all level 8s, for our level 8 spam. And I wanted to run the 2 Sticky String Kaiju, level 7, but I like having this in the deck just because it's one of the weaker Kaijus. So I like being able to maybe, Kaiju my opponent with the Sticky String, and then I could special summon Gizmek Orochi, and be able to beat over it. And as you know, Kaijus are an easy out to a lot of the problematic monsters in the game. Dragoon is still running around. Okay, here's a Kaiju, Tri Brigade summons that boss Link monster. Okay, that's nice. Here's a Kaiju, And for the last of our monsters, just Pankratops, just to extend and, easy special summon and beat over stuff like El Shaddai Window. Man, oh man. So onto our spells, we have triple Golden Castle of Stromberg. And I'm telling you right now, Yu-Gi-Oh players, they don't like to read, but they really need to read this card because whenever you attack into one of my monsters, Golden Castle destroys it. And not to mention, you can special summon Hexatrude basically for free off of this card. And each of your standby phases, it banishes the top 10 from your deck, so that beefs up Gren Maju even more. We also play triple Mystic Mine, and I've disliked this card for a long time, but hey, Konami hasn't banned it yet, so I'm gonna use it to steal games. Then we have triple Desires, self-explanatory. Banish 10 from the top of the deck and draw 2, beefing up that Gren Maju's attack. For more draw power, we're gonna play triple Allure of Darkness and triple Trade-In. So as you can see, a lot of the monsters in this deck are dark, so Allure of Darkness comes in clutch. And imagine, activating Allure of Darkness and then banishing your Necroface just to banish more cards, it's broken. Then Trade-In, you activate the Trade-In and you discard your Bigfoot, you get to draw 2 and then you pop a face-up card on the field. Or you discard the Thunderbird and then you can pop one of your opponent's set cards, It's kind of broken. We also have triple Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, which I don't know if you know this, but this card is basically like a dark hole, and then you special summon a Kaiju to your opponent's field and to your field. And then the turn after it was sent to the graveyard, you could banish it and add a Kaiju to your hand. So it just gives you so much advantage. For back row removal, we have Double Twin Twister and Harpy's Feather Duster. You could discard your danger monsters off with a Twin Twister and you still get their effects, so that's pretty busted. Then we also have Defissure, Call by the Grave, Terraforming, Monster Reborn, Mind Control, Gold Sark. These are all pretty much self-explanatory spell cards. And then the only two traps in the deck are Skill Drain and Metaverse. Metaverse obviously to get into our field spells quicker, and Skill Drain because I realized in playtesting with this deck, you know, most of the monsters that I summon are pretty strong as it is. You activate Skill Drain, block your opponent from using their effects, and you just summon your super strong monsters and, you know, proceed to win the game. You know, Skill Drain does hurt the Gren Maju, but if you activate the Skill Drain and you can play around it, you can definitely, you know, abuse your opponent a lot. Moving on to the extra deck, these are the only links that I play. So for the most part, you're going to use a lot of the main deck monsters to get your wins. So, you know, extra deck is mostly Xyz monsters, you know, rank 8s to rank 8 spam. So Pentastag is a very underrated link monster. I remember making Pentastag and then summoning Numeron Dragon right under it, and then attacking my opponent's defense position monster, dealing a ridiculous amount of damage, piercing damage, and winning the game. So our first handful of rank 8 monsters, Dingirsu, you know, the non-targeting removal, Xenophon, which is really underrated. It gains 100 attack and defense for each monster in the graveyards, and your opponent can't special summon monsters from the graveyard. That's pretty good. Lancelot, which allows you to attack directly, and after you deal damage, you can destroy one of your opponent's monsters on the field. That's pretty broken. Next, we have our Draglubion, Hope Harbinger, and Numeron Dragon package. You know, essentially, special summon Draglubion, special summon Numeron Dragon, and then you can deal 9,000 damage. It's pretty busted. Or, you know, summon the Hope Harbinger and negate a magic card if you wanted to, you know. It's whatever the situation calls. And then finally, we have what I like to call my Zeus package. A bunch of Galaxy Eyes monsters and Zeus to overlay on top of them all. You know, so with this, you special summon Prime Photon. Then you can summon Cypher, use this effect, get a pop on the field, then summon Armor, Photon Armor, get another pop on the field, and then, you know, attack, and then before you end your turn, drop a Zeus on top. Easy day. And let me just say, these are just my personal choices. You know, you can come up with, you know, whatever rank 8 monsters that you want. You know, it's really up to you and what you're comfortable playing. So for the side deck, it's pretty basic. You have triple Dark Ruler, triple There Can Only Be One. You know, this deck plays a lot of different monster types, so this card does not really hinder us, but it will hinder, you know, the decks like Tri Brigade or Drytron, you know, those trash decks. Then triple Evenly Match. I love this card. I play it in every side deck of every deck that I play. It's just amazing. Then triple Solemn Strike and triple Solemn Judgment, in case, you know, our opponent decides to make us go first. You know, this deck is inherently built to go second and just overwhelm your opponent, OTK your opponent. But if we have to go first, you know, we want traps like these to slow down our opponent. Yeah, so guys, you know, Gren Maju might not be tier 1, it might not be meta, but it can definitely steal you games, and it can top at your locals, you know. Also, a lot of the times, you know, playing a deck that no one sees coming, you know, in itself is an advantage. So yeah, guys, not much else I can say about this deck. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about the profile, what you would add to the deck, what you would take away from the deck. I'll probably post a video of some dual replays from EDO Pro, just so you guys see, you know, the type of things you can do with the deck. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video, and remember, like I always say, play the deck that you want to play and not the deck that everybody else is playing. I'll see you guys in the next one.